have developed a method of storytelling in Northern Ireland which is designed to help with memories of the conflict. People who lived through the conflict and who were affected by the conflict and who wish to tell their stories. The method we use is storytelling according to ethical principles, where the focus is on promoting reconciliation and healing. Healing for the person who is telling the story, and also for the group or the community or the family where the story is shared. So there are some key aspects of the process. First of all, the person who is telling the story is in charge of the story. It is their story, they have the copyright. They make decisions about the story. They decide whether they wish to share the story, whether the story will be printed, whether it will be recorded by audio or by video, and if that is to be shared. So in other words, the story is not going to be owned by the project or by a journalist or by a university or by some external organisation. The story is the property of the storyteller. And the person has the right to change, make adjustments at any time, or possibly, and this has sometimes happened, the person goes through the storytelling process and says, that story is just going no further at this point in time. The process is a voluntary process. There is no one is being forced. It's terribly important that it is a totally voluntary process. And also that if it's done in facilitation, is done in a group context, that each member of the group signs up to the principles of the process. The process is about promoting healing, promoting reconciliation, and beneficence, to do good. Beneficence is the underlying principle. So when people sign up to the ground rules and the focus is on listening with respect, on hearing the stories of others without interrupting. And for some people this is difficult because they have been on different sides during the conflict. So they're hearing a story which has impacted on them, which has caused they're aware of their pain, but they're hearing it from the perspective of another person, another perspective. And the focus is on reconciliation and healing. Well, I think it can be used very much in an intergenerational way because many people are motivated to tell their story because sometimes they have never spoken about it. Something has happened 30, 40 years ago and they've never spoken about it. And they said, look, I feel it's important that my children and my grandchildren know this story. And I think there is a real power with the story. That story, it gives an opportunity for learning, for dialogue, for reflection, and a little bit on the line of the speaker that we just listened to said, unless we understand our history, we are in danger of repeating the mistakes of the past. So it is learn about the past and do not repeat. Do not repeat the mistakes. Let us find a better way and let us build a better future. And I think it provides materials for education at all levels of generations.